Hey everyone, I'm Dr. Chris Perron here at Perron Chiropractic in Reston, Virginia, just a few minutes outside of Washington, D.C. And in this episode in our educational series, I am going to discuss arthritis. Wow, that's a big one, right? I'm sure you've heard of it. And most people have had it or been diagnosed with it at some point, or if you haven't yet, you probably will be. Arthritis is one of the more misunderstood terms I have found in healthcare. Why? It's just kind of given out like candy as a diagnosis. But there's a huge spectrum as to what arthritis might mean to you, and therefore also what kind of hope you might have for fixing your arthritis or dealing with it. What we found by every drug commercial and most doctors is that arthritis is put together and synonymous with just pain in a joint. And technically, the term arthritis, that's actually all it means, is that you have joint inflammation. Well, joint inflammation is, again, a very broad thing. The only kind of joint issues that, per se, would be a permanent thing, like a real limitation on how much better you can get, is if you have serious degeneration. I don't mean you have some wear and tear. I mean, it is just ground down to nothing. And I've had so many patients come in that have been told they're bone on bone, as a very simple term, and they still get tons of benefit and can feel better most of the time also. Now, there's a limit to how far that can go, so I don't suggest going quite that far if at all possible. But if you've been told that, don't lose hope. Come and get checked anyway. But ideally, we don't want to get there. The only way that joints get worn down, and this is scientific fact, is if the joints are out of place relative to each other, and therefore they're rubbing incorrectly for a long period of time. Now, it's kind of like having the tires misaligned on your car. If they're misaligned for a little while, you're going to have an uneven wear pattern, right? But then you go and you get your tires realigned and okay, cool, we've stopped that uneven wear pattern from getting worse, but you don't erase the uneven pattern that's already there. Well, our bodies are the same way. Well, here's the ticket. What if you don't get it realigned? It's just going to keep getting ground, and it's going to be the slow demise, right? And unfortunately, that's pretty much what most orthopedists are going to expect, because most people, that is kind of their future, because most people aren't coming and getting this kind of care. And what I mean by that is we can realign them. That's exactly what chiropractic's all about, is evaluating and finding where your joints are out of place and assisting your body in getting them back in the right position. And then beyond that, we want to make sure that your muscles and ligaments and tendons are retrained to help support and stabilize that joint in the proper position so it can stay there. That's really the key. Putting it there for a moment and then pop back out, well, that's nice, but isn't going to get you where you need to go. We need to make sure it's in the right place, but also reinforce and stabilize. And that's why we're big on giving you exercises that reinforce proper positions and so on in your joints. So if you've been told you have arthritis, do not lose hope. It is not a matter of just it hurts. If it hurts, it's your body going, woohoo, I could use a little bit of help. That's what pain is, just the messenger. The pain is not the problem, okay? Medicine is about, here, take this, you feel better? Oh, cool, victory. No. Meanwhile, below the surface, all you did is turn off the fire alarm, and that fire is just blazing and tearing things up still, even though you aren't hearing an alarm going off. It's your body. You only get one of them. So, let's go after the actual cause. The one way to find out what benefit you may be able to have is just give it a try. We are happy to evaluate you here or wherever you are in the country. We're happy to help you find somebody near you as well. Again, we're just right outside of Washington, D.C. It's Perron Chiropractic. I'm Dr. Chris Perron. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please hit like. Please hit subscribe if you'd like to hear about other conditions that we can help with. And we look forward to talking to you.